Hey, hello everyone.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh, it's not like that.
Okay. Oh, my camera is off. Now I can prove that I'm here. It's not a bot. Okay. So, first thing, I will have a hard stop about the hour. But let's see how the meeting goes, so we can follow. I think at least in my mind, the main thing is about, and I see that there is the PR and the discussion about that, so it seems to be progressing with the discussion. But I think the main thing in my mind is the question about the extensibility. So I, as I said, I see the PR and see the discussion. So I think do we need to take anything specific to take the chance that we are in the meeting and discuss right now?
I think the topic is pretty fresh at the moment. I just maybe a hour ago pushed the second version.
Okay, so yeah, so it seems to be progressing, and I think the the discussion there is going well. We don't need to address any specific concern here right now. So for me, seems going well. Um, uh, Starting by May, I should be really full back on the project. So I hope also to be contributing more with code and reviews. And I hope to help with that. But for me right now, that was the thing that I had in my mind. Greg, Zach, do you want to bring something up for us to discuss?
No, and I missed last week. Sorry, I wasn't feeling great. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of plugged out because of that.
All right. All right. Glad that you are back 100%.
Thanks. Yeah. It was just a cold. It was just like.
Yeah, no, and in the Northwest, it's time for allergies. People that are sensitive to that, you get a lot of pollen and things like that. It's crazy, but
I actually was hoping it was an allergy, but Then I started feeling better. I stopped feeling the allergy medication I was taking, and it sort of didn't get worse again. So it turns out it was a cold.
All right. So, are you gonna make for a shorter meeting today then? If nobody has anything, we gain some minutes back.
I didn't
Yeah.
have anything in particular. Still, I'm gonna catch up on some active PRs, but the extensibility so far looks like it's in a good direction.
Cool. Oh, I see that Chris joined. Hi, Chris. So if you don't have anything else, then let's save some minutes and one last meeting on the day.
Robert, did you have anything you wanted to bring up in this meeting? Are you all good? Does that mean we're good?
Yeah.
Wait, Robert, hold on, wait. Let's make sure he has a chance to jump in.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay, great. Robert, do you have anything you wanted to talk about during this meeting? I don't think we have really any topics.
Maybe walking through issues.
What's that?
Looking through the issues, making a walkthrough, because we have a bunch of them. I feel that you guys have never time to look at them.
Issues and not the PRs, but the issues you've created.
Yep.
Do you want to bring up anything specific? Let you share the screen. So
Not for anything specifically. And right now I'm changing my desk, and it's not the best idea to make sharing my screen. So that's why I'm late.
There's a lot of issues. I can share, but because you would need to drive, you would need to tell me which ones to open up. Will that work?
I think we can quickly look from even the headers. Maybe some,
Okay.
maybe the headers will be self-explaining in some places.
Okay, let me share. But the thing is, because I'm since last week I was sick and I'm a little plugged out. I can't drive. It doesn't like what to look at. But let me open it up, and then you can kind of drive. You said you have issues sharing, but you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah. So Robert, question for you.
So first one was brought up by David, and I think it's quite important, especially if you want to make any distribution. We want to make sure that the defaults are the OTel, so we are not want to default to Datadog conventions, right? And I think it's kind of required, at least for us, it's in Splunk, if you want to release anything. So let's go maybe further.
one question that I will have is, does it make sense to implement this after we have the extensibility, so we can change the defaults via the extensibility? But we have to remember about one thing, about the tests,
That's correct. Probably the test will be problematic. For sure, we will not tackle it before we finish extensibility, I think.
Yeah, that's my first impression, is that we should do the extensibility, then we tackle the defaults.
Correct.
That we want on the repo.
Is it possible? Do you have some board here, some GitHub project, so we can
It was actually good that you bring it up, because I was just going to suggest this. It's been a while since we actually did something with the board. Right. I need to find some orientation here. Why? What's going on?
So
What?
maybe even regarding the existing stuff, I don't know, the one which is number 33, which is the last one. I mean the last one on the board. I think it will be closed.
Number 30. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we can close it.
Sorry. Just.
You can try dragging it down, probably to work.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
This is this still a thing?
I think it
I think
is
that,
kind of.
I think that was creating the actual mechanisms. So one is creating the call target mechanism, which has been created, and then second is there's a separate issue that we've created to track actually migrating this repo to using it. So we can move this one and keep track of the other one.
Cool.
So for this one, I have we have the library loading part, but I'm not actually working on activities. So I would say that can it be split somehow? Oh, there is an issue. Okay, I added the issue and I added the issue to describe what's done, what's not, and then for specific activities that's not even in progress. So I guess let me follow up and actually edit this item to clarify what's done, what's not. So I'll do that today. Oh, this is actually done. So this is the bit that that was done. The dynamic DS loading, and it was blocked on. This is also done, so it's all good. So how can I edit this? It's not blocked. Okay, I'll update this, but it's not in progress. So let's move it here. And so in review, do you guys have value from this? Yes, right or not? Is review in review and progress kind of the same? Would you like this column to be here?
I
I
think
do not see any.
I think we can track just in progress, you know. So
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just relying on the GitHub notifications UI.
Yeah, it's just to
track
keep
the
track of
reviews.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people like in review. To me, it's like in progress. I didn't want to remove it if you guys are not okay with this. But okay, so how do we get here all the other things into here? There is.
It
So
is possible to click the three dots in the backlog, I think. I don't know if it was three dots or the plus. And manage automation. And it is possible to, yeah, do something like that.
But it's already newly added, so it should be here.
But they were not, so probably it was not working. Probably it's still worth to click update automation.
Yeah,
Where
go
is
back in
it?
there. Go back in there, Greg, and just hit update automation, just to make sure it takes effect, and we'll see if it does anything.
Oh, manage
Right now,
automation.
probably not.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if it does anything.
No, I just did. I just clicked it. I think update meant
But
like
it should work for future.
Sure.
One way to test it. I'll test it really quick.
here, okay, we can. Okay, here we go. We can do this. It makes, maybe it's even more convenient so that we can. Okay, test project. Which ones should I drag over here?
Put all of them maybe to the back.
This one. All of them.
I'm gonna close that one. I created that 2 seconds ago to test it,
Oh, okay,
and it
okay.
failed the test.
Okay. I think it's actually good because some of the issues are more like a discussion issue. It doesn't really need dev work. And guys, please stop me. Like really, all of them, because like this one, probably not. Like we should only have issues here that are actual dev work. Are all of them dev work?
So far.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay. No problem. So I would say now we can put them in an order that is priority order. Would it make sense?
Correct.
Okay, let's do it. Let's just make sure that the order is that this tool actually does it. So let's do this. I am taking a. I'm just moving, like say I move this like this. Test org would be second. Now let me go take a screenshot of this. And now I am closing this page and I'm gonna go and reload stuff. And then I'm gonna open it up again. And we will see, is it the same order? Where's my screenshot? Hotel. Yes, it is. So, okay, that's good. We can rely on it. So now I'm ready. So since I actually am not up to date on all of these issues, I need your help to actually tell me what is the right order.
Since we're currently working on the extendability.
Can be in progress.
Yep.
Which one is it?
The fourth from top. Yeah, that one. I
should we be assigning it to people?
Yes, assign to Rasmus, please. Yeah, it's a.
So a quick update. We can. So I'm gonna create a new bug right now, or feature, or whatever, and you should see it show up at the bottom of the backlog. So that one right there. If on the bug creation template or just in the issue, there's a project field, and so you have to set it to the hotel one, and then it'll automatically put it here.
Cool.
So
okay. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I don't want to, because this is a side kind of thing, but the third one that we have from the top, I think we can close the one about CLS compliance if you go to the top of the backlog.
I totally agree.
Which one? Oh, sorry, I wasn't at the top. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
So
I think we should not be following. I put the reason there unless someone. We can wait a little bit if someone has a reason for that, but I don't think we should be worried about being CLS compliant.
I agree. I know that VB, but I don't know since when was not having these EU longs. But
No,
if you say that it's already in VB and F#, let's not care about it.
yeah. And also, I think it's great to have this kind of decision documented in the repo somewhere.
So we can maybe have it not closed until it is documented.
But it's
Have I
but I mean, where do you want to document it? It's
So I have created
here's
a
the documentation.
No, the documentation should be in docs in Markdown, in my opinion, with all design decisions, at least in bullets.
Zero position to it. Just my question: do you really want to spend time on it? If yes, no problem.
From my experience, having this kind of docs is easy because if it's easier to find it out later. There is an issue, we can just reference that it should be covered there.
Okay, no problem. Should I then assign it to you?
Yep. No problem.
What's your nick here?
PELL, but you can probably also put Robert PAJK, it should find as well.
Yeah.
I can remember Robert, but I cannot
Yeah.
him.
Basically, I think that this kind of stuff is important for, open source stuff, especially if you want to invite more contributors, just to not reply the same stuff back and forth.
Wait, I didn't mean to close. Sorry. This was a bad mistake. Okay, cool. So, all right, next.
So the second one from the top, is it important? Do we want to close it? Do we have any entry-level stuff? Is there a hotel convention for having self-guided Paula? Some dedicated label?
Nothing crossed my mind right now, but I think we should be adding those. And I think when we go to do that call on the community meeting for some people, then we have a bunch of issues at hand, So
like what sort of issues? As in like, please contribute by grabbing something.
Yeah.
Help wanted can be used as far as I see here. We can go with this.
With what, sorry?
There was a proposal to use help wanted, and I think that when I saw, for example, the Go Hotel repository, they're using this label.
So is it actionable right now? Should we move it to the bottom?
Personally, I would suggest just giving a decision that we will keep the issue, and then someone, for example, me, can just document it somewhere in contributing or anywhere, and then we can close it. So we get, get rid of these issues.
Okay, agree. Do you want to take? Do you also want to take it on?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, I can open it here. That's cool.
So as I mentioned before, I need to leave now for the hour. See you guys around.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right. This one. When should we tackle this?
Probably after the extensibility somewhere.
So for now, it's in the right place.
Yep.
Okay. IOC simple DI stands for. What is DI?
Dependency injection.
Oh, okay. So I would suggest not to create abstractions that are not already used. So just having DI, like we as engineers, we always have this intuitive urge to make things more extendable, but in practice, extensibility is usually goes wrong unless
it's
it
not
actually
about,
solves.
Greg, it's not about inversion of control or having interfaces. It's about dependency injection. So for example, getting rid of a lot of singletons, which makes testing almost impossible in a lot of places. So it's not about making stuff, you know, extensible or general, creating interfaces. Even in some places, if we just have something, you know, not tightly coupled, I think it will improve the testability.
Did we not have something specifically about singletons here? This one?
Oh, it is. So I'm not sure right now what's the difference.
Yeah, so I think the one that we were looking at was actually referring to using something similar to an IOC container. And so that's one that I know that.
But IOC doesn't take dependency on the library, or just do something, some structure like this.
Could you open maybe? So
this one.
Let us see.
Or
no, the dependency injection.
Oh, sorry.
118. It's in the middle. You can open it. Maybe open it, you know, full screen, because I remember replying something there.
Of course, yeah. 1 second.
Okay, so it was related to extensibility.
Yeah, at first it was related to extensibility, but later we discovered the singletons as well. So it's like one stone, two hits now.
So you think it better be closed and just be tracked as singleton, and we already have the PR for extensibility? What do you think, Rasmus? Or are there any aspects here that are not tracked?
I think we need to merge this into one somehow. So
how about we do this? Oops, where was so many?
It's already referenced in the extensibility web plugins, I see. Yeah, we can in progress.
So hold on. This one is referenced 118. This is 118. So and that one is 117. So.
So both can be in progress, right?
Should we just close this one? Is this okay?
For me, it's okay. Rasmus, what about you? If there's anything missing, we can always create a new issue.
yeah, should be fine, I think.
And I wasn't following this one, and I really don't want to like hijack the meeting, but guys, please be careful about extendability models that are not actually used right now, because we're going to create something that is very cool and may be used for something that can come up in the future, but whatever comes up in the future will be slightly different. And then usually that's what happens, and we will have spent time on it. So, I would like. Yeah.
The plan right now is to tackle it in a minimal way. So we want to offer only two extensibility points. One would be OTEL compliant, also to make the review and design more, I don't know how to say, easier to review, because it will be just adding new OTEL propagators, which is even told in OTEL that it should be possible to add custom propagators. And the second one, which is something that we need in Splunk, is just to give a possibility to attach any HTTP middleware.
And propagators as an exporters, or what do you mean?
Propagator is something else.
Distributed tracing,
So
Greg.
Sir?
go
Is
ahead,
that
Zach.
accurate? It's just adding the span ID and trace ID and stuff for span propagation.
That propagation. Oh, got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think basically if we add such a plugin and then we use it for something, actually, then yeah, sure. I just wanted was wondering, you not to add extensibility mechanisms that are there in case we need to add something later, but we're not actually doing it, because then whenever we get to adding things, it will turn out that the mechanism is like 90% like we need it, but not really, and then it's useless.
True.
Okay, next. Oh, this is what we just.
It doesn't automatically move it. I was actually about to suggest maybe in our done cut column we add the automation, so if an issue is closed, or if a pull request is merged, it gets automatically moved to done. If that's fine.
Of
It's
course,
fine.
yes.
Do the same for pull requests.
I think pull requests we're not even adding here. I think pull request is just like.
But
pull re-
if there will be for some chance, okay. Okay,
Oh,
leave
well,
it.
right now we do have automation to add pull requests to the in progress, but we're not adding the projects label on those PRs, so it's not getting put over here.
I would prefer not to have pull requests here, because then it would become such a busy thing. But I also have no opposition.
So
That's
let's
fine.
not use it.
Okay, so we can always update this. So this one.
So this one was created by me. It's not a top priority, but I think that at least I think that you should look at it in Datadog, because I feel that this auto instrumentation design, which is currently, it relies on the tracer singleton, which almost forces you to make all the tests as integration tests.
Zach, opinion?
How? So I mean, I kind of joined when that decision was already made. I'm just wondering, how might we get the ambient tracer state without that static instance? We currently store stuff in like tracer instance is a static field to get us the whatever tracer instance is held in the async local. That's the main purpose of that.
Why do you have a tracer instance in async local?
Because we could be starting a trace from, say, an incoming like a web server, and then later on we might instrument like a HTTP client request that's going outbound, and we need to make sure we're using the same scope. And so the way we do that right now is we grab the instance of the tracer.
I mean,
And then from there, grab the
I think,
active scope.
got it. I think generally it's a design issue,
Oh,
because
sorry.
we should like having the same scope. Like we want to store the current span and trace, not the tracing.
Sorry, let me correct myself. I misspoke. The tracer is just static, and it's the scope that's being held in async local.
Got it.
I think also that's a complex topic, probably not worth discussing right now.
Okay.
Let's. I would say. Wow, so many of them. Let's put it at the end, and it might not be the very end, but for now.
Basically, Zach, just maybe one sentence. I was just thinking about one thing. Even still keeping the singleton of the tracer, just the auto instrumentations that you have implemented, not use the static field of singleton, but just inject the singleton somehow. So you could then use it in tests using the interface of the tracer, which as far as I remember, we have some interface for it and some mock tracer.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do that through the constructors.
Exactly.
I'm not sure I fully I can't picture that right now, but maybe we could discuss that later.
Yeah.
This is capture.
Yep.
This one.
Second from the top.
This one. Add hotel 114.
I think that it will be second from the top right now. I think that the hotel conventions by default should be first and this one should be second. Do you agree, guys?
I think that makes sense.
Okay. Moved. Document installation and usage.
This is in progress by David. Is V like W? Yeah.
Do you really want to use the ones from the .NET SDK, or do you want to use something similar?
Personally, I think that as a vision, I think it will be good to reuse them. To not, I don't know, reintroduce the wheel.
So, Greg, I think this is short term versus long term.
Mm-hmm.
I think long term it makes sense to reuse. Short term, I think we've decided that it doesn't make sense.
Correct.
So keep it open or close it.
Let's keep it open. And I think that at least we should document, I can try to document it because we got this question a lot of times, at least at Splunk, and having it in README or somewhere will we reference, go here, read the docs.
I think if we add some sort of document that documents it, we should cross-link it with the actual issue because people will, like Google will find it, find the issue. Is this okay, Robert?
Yep.
No, the wrong Robert.
The first one, it's good.
Yeah. So I'm assigning this to you, but I like this is just to document it. Like I'm not suggesting that you actually because otherwise so much work is assigned to you. Okay. So what about this? Document the design.
I do not want to take it because I feel that I lack like experience and knowledge so far personally. I prefer some.
I can try and take that, do a first draft and get some feedback. And I mean, if what I have is insufficient, then obviously you guys can point out, hey, this needs why this.
This to do this properly will take several days. Are you sure you have the bandwidth right now?
We
I don't
can
think
iterate over it.
Yeah, I don't think it'll. I mean, I don't think I'll get done in the next couple days. I think this will be like, sort of, in the background. But
I think
can
it would
certainly
be a
do it.
very cool public post, like blog post or something. But up to you. I'm just suggesting.
Yeah, yeah, I'll take it. I don't mind.
So would this be a reasonable
Yeah, it's put in
status
committed.
for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Next to this. What specifically it needs to change there to make it auto compliant?
Yeah, we need to make some changes in the tags, etc.
Okay.
We
Oh,
have done a lot of work for the outbound HTTP request, but nothing so far for inbound HTTP. We can add it to, for example, third from the top, I think.
Third from the top?
Yep.
Okay. I think this is a long term. There is like a whole conversation to make configuration generally read only. I think to me it sounds like a refactoring of the whole tracer, like related to singletons and whatnot. If you guys see easy solutions, then please correct me. But to me, this is like I would group it together with this one, sort of. Maybe not necessarily deleted, but also requires long discussion and whatnot. Also, if we decide to ever use activities, then all of it might be sort of irrelevant.
I think it's more important because it's not only internal stuff there.
Does it block us from shipping?
Why? We haven't released nothing.
No, like I would
No, I don't think it blocks us for shipping.
I was like
It's not a blocker for auto release.
Yeah, I would do like this. Beta release bar. Okay. Oops. Where did it go? Okay, so now we can put this somewhere. Something like this. This is not a random place. I just wanted to. So we can use it.
You should try right-clicking an issue. Or 3 dots. I think there's something like move to another project. Maybe it would be easier.
No, maybe we can keep it so that we can keep it like in one place. But there will be let's keep this one, and then stuff that is below, we'll move it below the thing, below the bar.
Okay.
So I would suggest you put something like this. Where's the project? Yeah. Are you okay, guys, with this description?
I'm not sure why it's related to the singleton stuff. Do you just mean that it's?
I think
Uh,
it may be true because I think there were some singletons for the configuration as well, or not really?
Yeah. Yeah, because like the tracer, essentially the way we configure it, once it's configured as a singleton, I think the whole singleton question and having one thing and scope, I have a strong feeling it might be related, but it's just because design, just on not because for concrete reasons, but because singleton designs usually means singleton configuration, means what happens when you change it, how you make sure that it is initialized before the singleton is accessed, and all of these topics. That's why, not for more concrete reasons.
I mean, in that sense, it's also related to enabling the OTel semantic conventions by default. Because this validation is trying to ensure that the settings that have been configured make sense.
True.
Okay, so what's that here?
But still, I don't think it's a blocker. I think it's something that we should probably tackle just before having some beta.
Before or after?
After.
Is this, oh, after, okay. Okay, so what specifically should I add to this?
What Chris said, that still it is important for OTel to make sure that we validate not compatible configuration.
Look, this one was this one, right?
Right, 133.
Okay. Does this make sense?
Yeah, that's good.
And where did I move it? What was the title?
It was the first below the bar. I think it's okay.
Configuration, source binding, and validation. Okay. Actually, maybe. Okay. Does this make sense? So that we don't need to order the stuff that is just not important relative to each other, or do you want to do it?
I think that made sense.
Okay. All right. Then next. Configuration source binding. Oh yeah, we just did this. Sorry. What is this?
So this one, Andrew Locke on our side is addressing. It's kind of slow progress because getting the whole pipeline running, including integration tests, takes a bit of time. So I think that's probably what slowed him down the most. But I know he's working on it in the background.
Correct. So should I close it?
You could keep this here, keep it open, I would say.
If we keep
And
everything
using-
open, like it would be good if it's not actionable in any way, then I would rather close it. Or but
Why not in progress?
Because I think I don't want to add. I don't want to force Andrew to keep this up to date here. If we are okay with keeping it up to date, then we can keep it. We can move it in progress. But then it needs to be assigned to somebody who is actually attending regularly.
At the same time, if it's below the line, doesn't matter.
Good point.
Well, haven't decided if this should be above or below the line.
Should it be? Then let's decide.
I would probably say Robert is most authoritative on this since he's working on this day like every day.
Robert, is it Robert you?
I think that it's not a beta blocker, to be honest. I think it will be a big improvement for us, but it's not a blocker. I think it's something worth working on. We can put it below, but still, I think we should make some baby steps here.
Okay, so if you put it below, do you want to track it? I don't mind. I'm just like suggesting that if something is not actionable in any way, then it's just noise, and then we should not track it and start tracking it once it becomes a thing.
Could you try asking Andrew if he wants to if it's possible that he really takes the ownership here, or that there's no way to do it that way?
My understanding is that he is doing this as much as he can. It's just the CI cycles are quite long, and I think that is making progress pretty slow. I'm pretty sure he's trying to accomplish this, although I don't know.
The reality is that he's doing work, and I think that it's worth to put it in progress, even to make his work visible, even if we will track it. That's my opinion. Even if someone will need to then later take care and merge it and resolve conflicts. I think it's simply worth to give credits to Andrew if he's really working on it.
I just don't want to force him to keep this up to date. He has a lot on his plate. That's all. So if we keep it in progress, then somebody of us needs to actually track this card. Zach, since you're
not a
problem,
yeah,
is it okay if
I can track this card? Yeah, just assign it to me.
Yeah.
Should have enough of me already.
Did I click? What did I click?
My face, probably. In your face.
This one is what I wanted, right? Run container during validation.
I don't remember what is it about really.
I think
I remember. Yeah,
improving the
it's
integration test.
below the stuff that's.
But still open, like.
Yeah, I think so.
What is this about?
It's basically just improving the way that integration tests are run. So it's just a developer quality of life thing.
Not only, it's also stability of Azure pipelines. Because they have only 7 gigs of RAM, and I have problems on 16 gigabytes machine. And I know on 32 gigs, these integration tests are stable.
So this is just a suggestion because I'm not involved enough into not contributing enough right now to kind of insist on it. But here's a consideration. To me, we have some kind of planning cycle that is a concrete planning cycle. And it can be like 1 month or 3 months or 6 months, but not more than that, because more than that, nothing is concrete. And then if an issue is unlikely to be tackled within the current and the subsequent planning cycle, it shouldn't be tracked, because then it's just noise. And by the time we get there, things will be so different that essentially if it comes up again, then it will automatically be retracked. And if it doesn't come up again, that means it's not important enough.
I think it's a good rule of thumb. The problem here that I have stopped working on it is only because I feel that the stuff which is Andrew working on it right now is very related to this one.
Okay.
Almost tightly coupled.
So then why are we tracking it if it's going to be obsolete once Andrew is finished?
No, not obsolete. It's like blocked by it.
Okay, got it. So then let's document it.
I listed it in the description.
Oh, you did. Okay, sorry. Then makes sense. So basically, you're saying that you think that in the next 6 months we get to actually do something with it.
I hope sooner.
Yeah, my phone is drunk. My phone competes with my computer for the headset. So you're basically saying that you think that in the next 6 months something will be done on this.
Yes.
Okay, cool. What's this one next?
Yeah, so this is about removing all of the big pieces of data that aren't relevant to OpenTelemetry from the repo.
Mm-hmm.
And then it sounded like we've all aligned on a preference. So it's just a matter of doing it.
But I cannot do it. It has to be someone who has is able to rewrite the Git history. So it has to be a maintainer. But I described how to do it.
Okay, fair enough. Before or after beta release?
I suggest before because it's rewriting Git history.
Okay, sounds good. Then Zach, one of us can do it. I'll move it up. Sorry, which one was it?
Big blobs.
Yeah. Can we rename it to remove so that remove big blobs.
Very big blobs.
Get
Blobs is already big, right? Or not? Binary, some large object.
Is this a fair description? Yeah, it's okay.
Yep.
So move up here.
Just make sure before you do it, you send any information on Slack so that anyone pushes and you also fetch the whole.
Yeah. And we can tackle it later in the next sheet. Something cool. Okay. This one.
This one we could probably do after the extensibility. All right, this is
basically there was one concern. Nikita told us that the OTel distribution should not have any vendor specific stuff like that.
I think that this is for me, and please override me if you like, but to me this is not just bureaucracy. Like, you know, one day when we're talking about GA rather than beta, and we have like stability and people are using us as
let's do it after beta.
So but for now this is just
true. I just wanted to tell that there are some specs which rather say that it is like a requirement, not a suggestion, as far as I remember.
Yeah, and this can't be easily removed because integration tests are related to it.
Correct.
Is this correct?
Yep.
Which ones? What was this? This one? Oh, this is already below. Okay. GitHub Actions for CI/CD.
Let's put it here. It's not more important.
Is it really something you want to track, or is it just a suggestion to consider?
It's something specified in some issue in auto specification. And
Say it again. Sorry, I couldn't hear.
it was some discussion. I don't know. I think it was in OpenTelemetry community, and I think it is a way to go. Or even OpenTelemetry.net has migrated from Azure pipelines to GitHub Actions. However, I do not think it is a priority. We can, but it is worth tracking because we got questions even a few times why we are not using GitHub Actions. So even for sake of
Do we get questions?
the reference, we got. I'll do this internally in Splunk. So it will be later.
Again, I don't want to delete it if you guys have a position, but we can't keep an issue for everything where people ask a question. Because what will happen is we will end up with a million issues. People will never look through this. We will have
Yeah, we
issues.
can also close them, and we can also reference closed issues. So I agree.
Yes. Yeah. So like things like this, I would rather close this. But if you prefer to keep it open, up to you.
We can keep it open, but every such issue needs to have an owner. Otherwise, there is no point.
Exactly.
We can close it for now. We can always reopen it later.
Yeah, also an option.
It's just from consistent experience. When we track everything, then it's
track
like
nothing.
yeah, then it's you check nothing. Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
I think that's after beta.
Yep.
Close or open?
Open because it is like a required from licensing perspective.
Look.
We will not hit any GA without it.
Okay. Hard-coded name and the output file and the code.
It'd be worth creating yet another small note that says GA bar.
Point. So then we need to go through all these things and put them above or below that we already did. Is this GA above or below GA?
In my opinion, above.
Pardon?
In my opinion, above. I think we should have some kind of validation before going 1-0.
I think most of the stuff we've talked about will be above the GA bar.
Really, for example, this one, is this above GA bar? Do we need this for GA?
We do not, but we probably will tackle it faster,
yeah, but if we
right?
don't need it, we can. Nothing prevents us from tackling it. But if we don't need it, then we don't need it.
Yep, true.
this one also, is this really, do we really need this for GA?
I think that's OTel compliance.
Yep.
But
We
do
we
need
need
it
to
for
be
G-
OTel compliant for GA.
the product, yes, but the repo does it.
The repo as well. There are
Yeah.
repository compliance. Yep.
I doubt that actually, because it's whatever makes sense, but I have no position on doing it. I'm just all
Greg, I don't know if you're aware, there are not many GA repositories in OTel so far. There are only a few.
okay. So basically, I'm not trying to push back on it. I'm trying to push back on the general idea that to promote the general idea that we should really be aggressive with prioritization. Because if we say everything is GA, then GA will never come. But okay, license headers, resource file for sure. Hardcoded name, yeah, we're here. What's
And this is DD span propagator as
Oh,
well.
but by the way, sorry, I got distracted. So this one, we said yes or no?
It can be here.
Okay. This one. By the way, we're running over time. Perhaps we should continue next week.
Sure, that works. But this is very productive. I'm glad we
Yeah.
have a semblance of organization now.
Yeah.
If you have no other meetings, I can stay.
I have only a few minutes left, so we won't finish anyway. Unless you guys can continue without me, but I need to leave. So.
I do think I need to drop as well.
Okay.
You can close 91 in my opinion.
91.
You can, yeah.
What's this?
Especially because a lot of stuff is covered by integration test, it makes almost no value.
Hey, it worked. The automation worked. Anything else that should be closed in a quick glance? Okay.
Zach, I think that most of the rest one probably is for beta, this OTel DB stuff compliance. So maybe you can.
Yeah,
Put it
DB,
there.
span status, both beta.
All of the rest, I think, that we have so far.
Really?
I
Is
think
this
that's
important
all.
for is this important for beta? You guys tell me, but what?
Yeah, DB instrumentation is definitely
Okay.
important for beta. I mean,
Okay.
if you're dealing with a standard CRUD application,
HTTP and DB and SQL, right?
yeah, exactly.
And thank you. And 90% of use cases.
This one sounds like necessary for beta, right?
Yep.
So now I put things into beta without specific order, which is bad. And then this one doesn't sound like beta to me. Sounds like GA.
I think that's fair.
I think it's not even GA. It's optional. They're even optional in the specs. So it should be below GA.
Right. This was said below GA, right? Container
Yep.
during test execution. Hard-coded name output file. We're almost done. Maybe we can finish it. So this one.
This one is not required, just internal improvement or technological depth.
Where is this?
Line 2000. See.
Gosh. At least we're not gc.cpp.
Which file are we in?
CPP.
This is the
Core
main
profiler,
the main profiler one.
the meat.
This
Oh yeah,
will.
this is for the embedded. Wait, what? Native GPU.
It will change. That file name will change anyway.
But the problem is we cannot have hard-coded files, right?
Why
It
not?
should be because you allow to set any name of the like in this, how was it called?
I see.
Environmental variables, right? The only place when it doesn't work and it's hard-coded. It works for DLL and it works for the Linux one.
Okay. Where was it again? This is a good point.
This is only if you. It is only a problem on macOS, by the way, because this is the macOS related. I think that if Datadog wants to support macOS, then probably you want to fix it out as well.
Yeah, we don't have official support yet for macOS. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what plans are, but this is definitely up Tony's alley.
He done it, by the way.
So I'm leaving it low in priority for now, and hopefully we can revisit it and Tony can comment.
And the last one is 42, and we are done.
So hold on 1 second. This one to track this, because I don't want to force Tony to actually be tracking this. I will assign it to myself. Just to track.
Będę sprzątać, możesz mi pomóc. Albo będziesz sprzątać, albo będziesz spać. Twój wybór. Proszę bardzo. Zacznij pierwsza.
Dobra. A ty zacznij druga. Ja nie zmówię woda. Bo pisze twoje, okay?
So we said this below the bar, right? Below the GA bar, correct?
42 can be close, I think.
Sorry, which one?
The one above.
Idź się
Yep.
położyć. Słyszysz? Dałam ci już nawet...
It was the
Done.
one created by you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's.
Słyszysz? Połóż się. Tak mi najbardziej pomożesz. Jak się położysz. I będziesz pilnować swoich dzieci, Emilii, proszę.
Is it done or is it closed? Done, right?
Jutro rano będziesz sprzątać.
So basically, I think the hotel convention does it.
Zaraz też się położę.
And also for 42, 64 bits and 128 multi-tiered is also kind of implemented.
Połóż się.
Przygotuję się.
Close with comment.
Okay, so below GA bar, this should be closed. Oops, where? Okay. Something is not updating here.
It may be possible that the last one might be something for GA. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I don't know if that would cause some other breaking change. And so that's it. It has a question mark in my mind, and it may be related to GA.
Quick question, have you been discussing potential problems with compatibility if we start reusing such stuff?
I think it's a big topic to talk about it in the future. For now, I mean,
I just asking if there's some, videos on YouTube that I can watch.
what do you mean compatibility?
I mean, this, if we reuse the SDK, I imagine we can have the same problems as we can when we are referencing any other library.
Yeah. So we shouldn't be actually referencing SDK for sure.
So vendoring, you want to vendor it using your tools?
I think we should discuss it when we get to it, but I'd be very wary using the referencing the SDK. We can use some code. We can like put something, at build time. We can do whatever, but referencing the SDK, in my opinion, is a no-go.
One of the main issues is, especially with .NET Framework, where there's pretty strong version, I guess, assembly binding. We can end up loading, I guess, a different version of it, and so some of the constructs won't be equivalent, or like both of them will be loaded, and so what happens is we only get just the automatic stuff, not the actual. There's not any integration.
So probably vendoring will be the way to go. I see.
Yeah. So sharing code with the SDK is always nice, but I definitely, like, to me, it's just and I know that, again, people who are not deep into the topic as engineers, there's always the intuitive will to say, oh, why don't we reuse things? Why don't we use the same stuff? But
Greg, I think that basically the stuff that you have done, the tooling for the vendoring, is just, you're using the same code, you just, vendor it, but it's the same code, right?
Yeah, there's still going to be some subtleties there to deal with. But I think the bigger thing is that there are some expectations in community behavior-wise that needs to be consistent between the two projects. And even if Datadog's not going to want all of the flexibility that the SDK provides, I think that there's still going to be an expectation in the community that there is a way for the flexibility.
Well, we can like allowing flexibility is something we can together, like as auto group, make a decision when we get to it. Right now, I'm just saying the specific technical act of referencing the SDK as a library dependency.
When I'm hearing reference, I'm thinking about that not as in library referencing, but rather reuse and consistency.
Okay, yeah. That's fine. I think what I'm saying there is we will just need as a group to design it in a way that avoids the library version problem.
Correct.
And whether it will be code or some dynamic thing, I think code would be much easier, and that we'll figure out when we get to it. Does it make sense? Yes. Yes, no?
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep.
All right, so I think we're okay. This done. Hard-coded output file tracking done. Containers below the bar. Possibility additional HTTP below the bar. Propagators may be related, and then here it's here we just moved a few things that are out of order. Shall we real quick order these things? So I remove big blobs. I think these three, this one, and this one, which is either for me or for Zach, is same priority, so it doesn't matter how we order. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Then this one, compliant DB instrumentation. Would you say this can be like this?
That's
I
fair.
would say okay. I just want to say the status probably is more important or not.
Sorry, say it again.
85. The last one right now,
Oh,
probably.
yeah, I was just going in order. So this
I
one,
know.
and then this one, yeah, and then yeah, this one should be more important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like this.
Above DB, or maybe even here. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's closely related to the exception notifications.
Cool. All right. Good job. Thank you. All right. We're way over time, so I think Zach, you're on.
Oh, yeah.
Should you be sharing screens for it?
Oh, I don't know how to share a screen, but I just oh, I need to update that list. Anyways, yeah. One question I do have, maybe for later, is maybe we can. Yeah, I didn't update this list, so some people on my attending list didn't actually attend. One question I have for that project board is, should we? I think maybe next week or as we get more issues, we might want to consider also how we group untriaged items, so we know what hasn't been triaged yet, so we don't, we have an easy way to detect what we need to look at.
This is a suggestion that I sort of had, but we can do any other ways. I was suggesting not to automatically put issues on the project board, but leave them as issues, and then essentially they only get on the project board once they're triaged. So that could be one.
Yeah, because right now they're not automatically added. We actually have to just assign the project on the issue for it to show up on the board.
Yeah, so perhaps we would only put it on the project board.
I think there is a possibility, as far as I remember, to create some, for example, additional project when stuff which is created goes there by default, and then you can easily filter out stuff which is popping up.
That would be
like a default project or something like that.
Also that it's just yet another list to look at, but
Yep.
actually we can talk about it next time.
We can iterate, yeah.
Personally, I just watch the repository, so I get email notifications. See you.
Right.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
See you.
Right.